So if you perceive yourself as ugly, if you have a lack mindset, those type of things will materialize into your life.
Yeah.
I see my old pictures. Like, no, I was ugly. Even to this day,
I got one picture. All right, rightly so. Welcome back. This time around, we got unpopular opinions.
Unpopular opinions. Let's get right into it.
All right.
Unpopular opinion. Things that need to be said. Edition. Let's go. Number 1, pronouns should not be a problem. Number 2, WNBA players do not get watched, so they don't get paid as much as NBA players. Number 3, this whole Deshaun Watson scenario is very, very, very fishy. Number 4, birth control should not be forced on a little teenager. Number 5, yes, women can be abusive in relationships as well. Might get canceled for this, but number 6, I feel like abortion should be used only for a one-time thing where you're just not ready. But you can't just keep doing it over and over, having unprotected sex, not taking responsibility. Number 7, to the minorities that don't want to speak up for the Asian community because they were silent when you were going through stuff, it has to start somewhere. Number 8, I am not transphobic if I don't want to date a transgender. Number 9, men need to stay in their son's life, especially black men need to stay in their black son's life. Last but not least, number 10, are not men.
There.
All right.
So much.
So that was pretty quick.
There's so much to unpack.
Right. That was a lot to unpack. Things that
Oh.
need to be said.
So, okay.
Can you remember the numbers?
I can't. We
All
should
right.
have wrote those down.
Yeah. So we might have to watch it again. But I do remember the first one. He said pronouns should not be a problem.
Okay. How you feel about that?
I agree 100%.
Okay.
I feel like to entertain anything else that there are more than 2 genders is crazy. You know, it makes you scared to say anything like this because you just like everybody just attacks anybody whose opinion is different than theirs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, for me, I even in this, it's a slippery slope. You don't want to, offend anybody. I feel like if you're talking to somebody face to face and they're like, "Hey, I want to be if you're trying to get my attention, I want you to refer to me as whatever," right? I feel like that's okay if I'm speaking to you. But like once I go off and I'm talking by myself, you don't know what I'm saying. I can say whatever. Like, but even then, I can just be like, "Hey, he said," even though it's a she. I mean, whatever, right?
But sometimes they want to be called them, they.
I mean, if it makes sense in my sentence, like, hey, they need to tighten up, then yeah. But besides that, I don't know. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
No.
So he's a guy on YouTube. He's a psychologist, and he's actually a bunch of different things. He's really smart, but he's getting a bunch of backlash for this because he's okay with referring to you whatever you want to be referred to as in your face. But when it comes to behind closed doors, people are trying to control what he says when he refers to people and they're not around. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to call you they, them, he, she, if that's not what you are. Right?
So I would never disrespect anybody because I feel like if somebody states something, like you said, in person, I would never be like, no, I'm going to just call you he. If it's a he, and no, I'm going to just call you she. If it's a she, I would try to respect the person, like you said, when I'm around them. I would do that. I would. And, I would ask a lot of questions because I haven't met anybody in person who wants to be called anything other than their gender, so
yeah.
I definitely would ask a lot of questions, but I wouldn't just be rude and be like, nah, you definitely a man, I'm going to call you he,
Yeah. Yeah.
A few moments later.
All right, so the one that stood out to me was a bunch of these. Look, now that
we have to write them
list.
down.
Now we have the list. One big one that stood out to me.
We should just go in order.
You want to go in order?
We don't have to dive deeply into all of them.
All right, so we already did pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
So WNBA, when he said the WNBA, nobody watches it, so they don't get enough money. I think that's already been debunked millions of times. The WNBA is advocating for more pay in the WNBA, but nobody watches the WNBA. Even WNBA supporters don't even know WNBA players, so that's pretty funny.
Oh, wow.
And then the WNBA actually loses revenue. If it wasn't for the NBA making as much money as they make, the WNBA wouldn't exist. So there's that. You got anything on that?
I don't watch either.
Yeah. I don't watch either. All right, Deshaun Watson.
So when I watched this video, I actually had to do some research. So Deshaun Watson is a football player who, I forgot what team. He used to be on the Texans. What team is he on?
Now he's on the Browns.
He's on the Browns. Yes, I saw some funny TikToks. But anyway, he's on the Browns, and he got suspended for 11 games for a sexual misconduct with his massage therapist.
Yeah.
Have you read into this?
Yeah, a lot.
You have? Okay, so what's your opinion?
So he said it was fishy, right? It's a lot of women. I don't know what's fishy about it. I don't understand what his take is. It's a lot of women. I'm not saying he's guilty, right? And I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm just saying it's a lot to be a coincidence. And then on top of that, and then you have the people who are like, oh, he's making so much money, and so everybody's coming out saying that he's been doing whatever he's been doing and stuff like that. Again, this is one of those topics like, yo, I wasn't there, so I don't really have an opinion.
Right, you don't know what to believe because it's like, I don't know. Because you hear some wild stuff about people with money and some of these women, how they really, these guys, they, what's the word I'm looking for? They're predators and they
exploit.
So.
And that's the thing, that's one of those touchy topics. Like, none of us were there, but God, Deshaun Watson and them women. So you don't want to say that they're lying or anything like that. And Deshaun Watson could be the monster that he is, or he could be innocent.
I was reading that 23 out of the 24 cases were settled outside of court. So one thing they were saying that it was real crazy that he got suspended for 11 games, but he's coming back to play the Texans, like his old team and stuff like that. So that was
I feel like that's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. The very next game, like when I was researching it today, they was like he's gonna be playing the next game.
Yeah, this week.
This week,
this weekend coming up. Yeah, of course. Bring him back. It's gonna be ratings going up and all that good stuff to see what he does.
Yeah.
What's the next one he got?
Birth controls on teenagers, forcing teenagers on birth control.
I don't have a. What do you think?
I don't know. I just feel like I just wouldn't want to be forced on it if I'm not out here doing anything. Like if I tell my mom like, no, I don't need it, and my mom or my dad is forcing me to be on it, it would kind of make me feel away as a girl. So I agree. It shouldn't be forced on teenagers. Now if you know your child is wild, I don't want to blame you. Because trying to be like, no, you need to be on birth control. I know the signs are there that you're out here doing something.
You would know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you as a parent should know, and if you don't, you need to try to be in your child's life a little bit more if you can, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, me being a man and a father doesn't mean that I don't have an opinion on it. It's just that, me and you are together, and we're really close with our communication and stuff. I will lean on you to get your opinion on what you think as far as, now, if I'm a single father or even a single mother, then the ball is in my own court. I would have to figure that out. But, you would have to then lean on your own kids and their integrity on telling you what they're doing and stuff like that.
Right. Communication is very important, not just between the spouses and the parents, but with your children as well.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is women can be abusive in relationships as well.
This is true.
I agree as well. Yeah, I do feel like it's not taken as seriously as it should be for men. So I definitely agree. I've heard multiple stories about guys, and I know a few personally that's been through some stuff, and it really messes with a man, and it don't be taken as seriously.
Yeah, it should definitely be taken as seriously. And I feel like if you are able to deal out hits, you should be able to be hit back. That's how I feel. Or no, that's just how I feel. It's not right. But if you're gonna put your hands on somebody, you should be expected to get tagged back.
Let me tell you, I have a lot of brothers, and I was taught, don't hit them if you don't want to get hit back. So I learned a long time ago, don't be hitting on no guy if you don't want to get hit back.
And even in that, I have only brothers, right? And I was taught, don't put your hand on any female. I feel like growing up because we have a son, I feel like growing up like, hey, I don't care what they are. He, she, they, them.
Oh, yeah.
Tear him up, So
oh, yeah.
That's how I feel.
And that's why we were kind of like taught, like, don't beat up a woman, but you definitely can restrain or
no restraining.
No restrain.
No.
Yeah, you can restrain.
No, I don't agree with the restraining.
I feel like if a woman is beating on you, don't.
Nah.
If you're stronger,
I shouldn't have to restrain myself and restrain you. You should be able to restrain yourself just like I can restrain myself.
That's true. But if she's being abusive and you have the power to
knock
stop.
her out.
Yeah.
Not
knock her out, but just, be like, yo, you wild and now you need to calm down.
No. She don't give you that same courtesy. Knock her out.
Square up.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna square up.
Man.
I know you personally, you would not square up. But
Hey, nah. The things that I know now, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you put your hand on them in any type of way, you're going to get in trouble anyway. So you might as well just, release it all.
Release it all. He does not mean
release it all. You're going to get in trouble anyway.
Let me tell you.
Oh, you good.
Well, I know not to swing on him. No, I'm moving the
So funny. Nah.
All right, what's next?
What we got?
Abortion more than one time. If it's not.
Oh, this is touchy.
Yeah.
How you feel?
I agree. I feel like, of course, I'm not against abortion 100%. I am, I don't feel like it needs to be used as birth control. Like, if you take some accountability for your actions, you can't be out here having unprotected sex. I know sometimes things happen and it can catch you by surprise and stuff like that, but I feel like multiple times it's not just an accident. You're literally out here just wilding and just sleeping whatever. And you know what I'm saying, to protect yourself a little bit. That's how I feel,
Yeah, and I feel like the same. I mean, again, I just depending on the circumstance, because if we have daughters, if something were to happen to them and they were to get attacked or something like that.
Yeah, but that's different.
And that is different. Yeah. And I feel like that's where the line is with a lot of people too. It's just, people talk about abortions and circumstances. Like, as far as abortions are concerned, it's more like, it shouldn't be, like you said, for birth control. Something happens, even if it's the first time for birth control or whatever, that's fine. But then after that, because I don't know if it was you telling me or if I read a story where this lady had 11 abortions. Was that you telling me? No, I must have read that. She had 11 abortions. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, like buy one, get one free abort. Like, it was wild. It was wild. I'm like, yo.
I just feel like the first time, if it's a mistake, it's a mistake. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready, but you can't constantly just be like, you can't keep saying it's a mistake at a certain point. You really just being careless.
Adult games come with adult consequences, right? So that's that.
Yes. He mentioned the minorities not supporting the Asians because they felt like they didn't support them. I guess he's talking about the Black Lives Matter movement.
We kind of touched that on that in the last video.
We did.
Which you guys can check out right up here.
Yes, check that out. But I don't know. I feel like it does. It has to start somewhere. I agree with a lot of everything. Yeah,
right. Unpopular, but I agree.
How old he is? I'm gonna look him up. But I agree with that. Like we all at one point we gotta become united, and we all gotta learn how to stand together. And I do feel like, it starts in our community, and then it'll grow from the community.
Yeah, from there. Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Okay. He said he doesn't feel like he's transphobic if he doesn't want to date a trans.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I do too.
I feel like that's self-explanatory. Like, I'm sorry.
Everybody has their preference. Like, no, I'm sorry, but no, I don't want to date you.
I'm sorry. I like vagina. Yeah, I don't like men. So that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It just
that doesn't make you transphobic. I don't think so. I have no ill will towards you. It's just that I don't want to date. If I say I don't like, try not to offend. I'm about to say big guys. I have nothing against big guys, but
that's
I'm just
your
saying,
preference.
if that's not my preference, I just don't like it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not transphobic.
Yeah, or fatphobic. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Okay.
Fathers need to be in their sons' lives for sure, and black fathers. How you feel about that?
I feel like all fathers, regardless of race, needs to be in their children's lives. I do feel like, and I feel like black fathers have such a bad rep, but most of the fathers in my circle are great fathers.
Right.
Black men are great fathers. So I haven't seen it. I know there's a lot of single women out there, but I feel like that falls in all races. So I know a lot of great black fathers.
Yeah, that's just a stereotype. I did research on that too for black fathers, and I'll post a link in here or post it up on the screen. But it was just saying how white fathers are more absent in their child's life than black fathers are. So it's one of those things where it's like black fathers have a bad rep for not being in the child's life, and then you have relationship drama where people are dragging each other, saying that the father's not in their lives, when at the end of the day, the father's fighting to be in his child's life, son or daughter, but he's not able to. You know, he's fighting against emotions and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, fathers need to be in their kids' lives because you need a mother and father to raise your son or your daughter.
Right.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
All races, all fathers, everybody. It's a team. You're not with the mother anymore. You still have the child together, and you gotta, you know, work together. You know, to make sure everything is going smoothly for your child. So all fathers, both parents are important, but in this case, fathers.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't matter.
I mean,
the
both.
race.
Yeah, mother and fathers are equal. You know, they're equal in importance for raising a child. You know, so yep, food for thought.
All right. And are not men. Are
So they got there's a story, and I'll post it up right here. There was a woman, and I'm pulling this from my brain right now, right? But there was a woman who had sex with a underage boy. The woman got pregnant, and the boy was, I want to say he was 11 or 12, right? He was underage, and she put him on child support, and he had to pay child support for the baby, right?
and she was the.
She was a yes.
Oh wow.
She took him to court, and I think once he became of age, no. I don't even think he was of age. They just put him on child support. I think he was like 14 or 15 when he was put on child support.
We're gonna have to look that up to
Yeah,
see.
you got
That's
and
crazy. If you know about it, type it up and leave it in the comments.
Yeah, and I'll put the article in the description down below so you guys can check it out. But yeah, that was wild. You know,
That is wild.
Could you imagine if that was reversed? If that was a man and he got 11, 12-year-old pregnant or something like that, they would have had him under the jail, right?
Oh my goodness.
She got him put on child support, and he had to pay it, and he's still on it. Or I don't know if he's still on it. He might be out of it, but whatever. But he was on child support, you know, so that was wild. But yeah, can be women too. You know, yeah. So.
Yeah. I guess he's just saying like, I've never been, so I can't say, but I guess he's just saying like, once it happens to you, don't be suspicious of everybody, because everybody's not like that.
Yeah.
And that's tough because some people go through trauma, and more than likely that person really just needs some therapy or something like that to really overcome. And again, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so that's kind of tough to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
So yeah, he went in. That was.
He went in. Yeah.
I'm sure he has a lot of videos where he talks about unpopular opinions, and this is just one of them that's really stood out for me.
Yeah, I ain't know he was gonna go in like that.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one.
I always see those content creators post those videos where they show their before and after pictures and talk about why it's so important to have an ugly face. It helps build your personality. It's good character development, blah, blah, blah. But babes, I've seen those before and after pictures, and the truth is, a lot of y'all were never ugly. It all boils down to law of attraction. So if you perceive yourself as ugly, if you have a lack mindset, those type of things will materialize into your life. If you start requiring more, not only from others, but from yourself, if you start holding yourself to a higher standard, you'll begin to attract more.
So what's your thought on that? And before we dive into this, actually, let me just say, I picked this video because we were just talking about our ugly phases. We were talking about our kids going through ugly phases.
So my thought is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
That's true,
we got some situations where we know some people who don't care about how they look, but it doesn't affect them personally. You know what I'm saying? They don't care what they look like. They don't care if they have a haircut. They don't care if their teeth are brushed. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then we have people who do, the average person take care of themselves and stuff like that. Yeah, beauty's on the inside. It's just you got to have a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Right? So, an ugly phase, I don't know. I can't say everybody has an ugly phase. I feel like once you're in those teenage years, you kind of have those insecure phases of yourself, and I had that for sure, for me in high school or middle school and high school. But then I got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I had to have self-confidence within myself.
Right.
Like, hey, I look good. And then I started seeing like other people think like, oh yeah, you look good, this and the third, and people wanted to date me and stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like, I don't know.
So and I was like, is it an ugly phase or we just have low confidence? Like,
right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't think I had an ugly phase, but I do feel like I was really low in confidence.
Right.
Like the way I was dressed and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I really cared about my appearance. Like I wanted to wear the newest clothes and the newest shoes and stuff like that. But it is in the mind of beholder. And then watching that opened up my eyes because I was like, you can try and talk to your kids and stuff like that, but I really hope to instill in my kids a lot of confidence, no matter what stage they are in their lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I see my old pictures. Like, no, I was ugly. Even to this day,
I got one picture I hate every time.
Yo.
Facebook memories. We want to rotate them pictures. Who tagged me in this?
I got a picture. I'm in a collared shirt and my hair is so low, and I got these big old buck teeth. Like, yo, there was no amount of self-esteem in the world is gonna save me. Yo, I hate that. I don't even know what that picture is.
You need to find it. I want to see it. We're gonna post it one day.
Jeez, I think I'm in like a blue polo shirt. Oh my
I'm gonna ask
goodness,
your mom about it.
man. But yeah, I mean, it's all about confidence, and it kind of goes with who is in your circle as far as friends, who's in your circle as far as your family. Having positive role models, somebody that tells you like, hey, you're not ugly, you're beautiful, whether it be your parents or your friends and stuff like that. I know the friends that I was hanging out with, I didn't have a lot of self-esteem, but it got to the point where I didn't care because I was hanging out with friends who didn't care. Now, my friends didn't let me just go around being busted. They taught me, like one of my friends, he used to have waves. He still has waves to this day. He taught me how to take care of my hair with waves. Another one of my friends knew how to dress. He taught me how to dress a little bit better. And all that stuff together, my friends put me together. You know what I'm saying? So I had more confidence in myself, even though I didn't care what anybody else thought. I was like, oh, I look pretty decent. And then the compliments, they definitely help, and all that good stuff. So.
Okay, yeah, I had some like similar. I had a really good friend, Melanie. Shout out to Melanie, who I was a tomboy. I have a lot of brothers, so I was dressing really boyish and wearing their clothes. Right. And she was like, you ain't going out with me like that. So it is. And I don't even feel like it was like a peer pressure type of thing. I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, they just want. They just want what's best for you. Yeah. That's a good friend. Hey, you need some deodorant today, just a little bit. Like, all
they're
right,
not gonna want a good friend. Ain't gonna let you walk around looking crazy.
Right. I mean, if you think so, then yeah. But you don't want those friends that tear you down and stuff like that. The ones that help you for your better, of course.
Yes, and if you experience some self-esteem issues, just take. Give yourself a little grace. You'll get to where you want to be. Just take some time.
Yeah, and even in today's age, even if you're an adult and you're still having self-esteem issues, a lot of that stems from social media. So, people being on social media and seeing how other people live, seeing all the makeup. People wear makeup and put a filter on to take pictures.
Yes.
So, you're not getting their real face a lot of times. Some people, they say all natural and it's not. And stuff like that, so a lot of times you want to not desocial. That's not I don't even think that's a word, but you want to just want to take a break from social media, just take a break from social media for a day.
Focus on yourself a little bit, just like, okay, I'm gonna take some time for myself, set some goals, work towards those goals, and it definitely is a confidence booster. So
because we did that for a little bit. I used to do that in spurts. I used to go like 4 or 5 months without social media. And you'll just be so relieved of how much you're not stressed about basically keeping up with the Joneses, figuring out what everybody else is, everybody going on vacation, and that's all that is self-esteem, right? So,
and I feel like that's really important to tell our teenagers and our kids who's growing up in this social media world. So remember, you're not ugly. Ugly is in the eye of the beholder, and then you talk kindly to yourself, like she said in the video. It's a mindset thing. So. I think that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
What is your guys' unpopular opinion?
Pickles. Pickles are so bomb.
Right.
And a lot of people hate pickles. I'm the smell of pickles.
Pickles are so bad.
Unpopular opinion, I would say, is Chick-fil-A is very overrated and expensive.
What would you like better, Cane's?
Cane's is trash.
What? Cane's is, no. You can't tell me the whole thing is trash. What do you not like about it?
Everything. Cane's is better than Chick-fil-A.
That's funny.
Bro, I threw this one in for fun.
We're definitely not deep diving on this, but
Cane's is trash.
Nah.
I was like, what? No, definitely disagree.
She probably eats sand.
I was like, trash. So we have 2 Canes here, and we are in Virginia, and we have 2 Canes near us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're better one closer to us, and we are so excited for it.
Yeah, so excited for it. But yeah, the pickles, I love pickles. I love everything that they name. Pickles, Chick-fil-A, Cane's.
That was the 3 things
That
they
was
named.
3
and
things.
they're all great. Chick-fil-A is not overrated, and it could be a little cheaper.
Right, I ain't gonna lie. They milkshakes, them things high. They know I'm gonna keep coming back.
I always come back. I got the app.
right. All right, I'm going to the next one.
What's the unpopular opinion that you have about parenting that you know is going to make a lot of parents mad?
Oh, I've got a lot of these, but here are my top 3. Number 1, my kid will be allowed to swear. I do not care how old he is, and I do not care if it upsets you or your children. He is more than likely going to grow up to be an adult who swears, so we might as well let him practice while he can. My wife and I actually have a bet on whether his first words are going to be fuck or I love you, because those are the 2 most popular words in our household. Number 2, we know anatomy in this household, which means that penis and vagina are actual words. Again, I do not care if that makes you or your children uncomfortable, but those are the words that we're going to be using in this household. No slang terms, no coochie, no ding-a-ling, no kitty kitty meow meow, anything like that. Penis and vagina. That's how it works. That's what they are. No shame in it. And number 3, toys do not have genders. If he wants to play with it, then he's going to be able to play with it. For example, we have a pink chair that we bought him at a garage sale. Why? Because it was cheaper than the blue one, and it really does not matter. So yes, my son has a pink chair that he plays with, and he absolutely loves it.
What you got?
All right, let's start by saying we have that pink chair.
We definitely have that pink chair, right? But we have 2 daughters.
We do have 2 daughters. All right, so swearing.
I do not agree with him on that. I don't agree with that. The only reason why I don't agree with that is because my children, all right, that are younger than 10, shouldn't be walking around.
Our oldest is 7.
7, yeah. Shouldn't be. I could not imagine any of my kids saying anything.
You better not.
Like, yo.
Like, what do you say?
I don't care what little Timmy said. That's not how we talk. Not in this house. Because we use belts over here.
We do, yes. No, what about older kids? I cuss around my parents.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I cuss around both my parents.
No. I feel like no. I feel like in my house, just because with my parents, I know how I was raised with my parents. Mm-hmm. No, you don't curse, right? Now, growing up, my parents would curse more my dad than my mom, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I never cursed towards my parents. I never cursed around my parents. I never cursed around any adult. And I'm talking about that's going all the way to like even now. You know what I'm saying? I don't curse around my parents. You hear me talking, I catch myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
that's just how I was raised. Too. Yeah, that's just how I was raised, right? So,
yeah.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
It's funny. I cuss around my parents, but not any other adult. Yeah. I don't cuss around any other adult. And the only reason I do is because I have older siblings. And once I saw they was cussing around my parents, I was like,
oh,
ain't no discrimination.
Anything goes.
Because they boys, they get the cuss. No, because I'm the oldest girl. I was like, I'm a cuss too. Why they get to use this colorful language and I gotta?
I got some stuff I want to.
Right.
Yeah, you funny.
So then I started.
Yeah, nah. As for us and our kids, and that's another thing. You have to deal with parenting as well, and you and your partner are 2 different people, so you guys are gonna have different opinions.
Yes.
How do you feel for like our kids?
No. Don't cuss around
not
me.
Even
as an adult, I don't know.
Nah.
You don't agree?
No.
They can cuss around me.
No, they don't cuss around me.
Because I'm be like that. Mm-hmm. No.
We're going to have 3 kids. They start cussing. We're going to have 6. I'm going to break them all in half.
Oh, my goodness.
Nah. I just, my thing is like, I can have a conversation with you. I understand a slip up, right? I understand that. But no, not like just casually talking like, oh yeah, Dad, I saw this bit. No, why? No, why are you talking like that?
I feel like our kids wouldn't anyway, just because of the way we're gonna raise them. I feel like they
Yeah.
won't. They would probably think it's disrespectful because we're not gonna allow it. Them growing up.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, go ahead.
I just don't think it's cute.
It's not.
You see the videos of these little kids, their mouth is terrible. Did you see the one with the kid cursing at the, like, it's like a kindergarten graduation?
Oh, yeah. He was like, shut up. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, no. Because you let that mess go on at home, they're going to be talking any old kind of way. Not all of them. Some parents have a good handle on their kids. Like, I saw one video, this woman was like, you can cuss around me, but her child knows not to cuss around dad because they're not together. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, my thing is like, they going to go to school. Their little friends going to cuss and stuff. That's fine. Like, hey, get it out while you're not here. You know, when you're here, you have some respect for, because you're not gonna get mad at me and cuss me out. That's the only thing I see.
Oh yeah, I've
That's
never
my biggest
cussed
thing.
at either of my parents, like cussing them out, mad. I've never done that.
And,
Cussed
yeah.
around my parents, I have, but never. I've never cussed at my parents.
And then you have to find that fine line. Like, yeah, you can cuss, but you can't cuss at me. But you can cuss. Like, no, just don't cuss at all. How about that? You know, we're just good.
Yes.
You probably don't even know how to do it right anyway. Learn at school.
I can't imagine
Right.
our kids cussing right now. Like what?
Right.
You don't even know what you're saying.
Right.
What else did he say?
He said private parts. I agree with him on that. Like, they need to know penis and vagina.
Yeah.
They don't need to know made up names for it and stuff like that. You know, yeah, it's cute or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to eventually teach them the right word.
Yeah.
So just teach them from the beginning.
Yeah, I agree too. Growing up, we called it popo.
And I think, we didn't have any girls because we're all boys. You know, some like ding-a-ling or pee-pee or whatever like that. But nah, penis, vagina.
Yeah, we're teaching them vagina.
The way
and
the
penis.
world is these days.
We need to know. Yeah, because we were at our middle child, her doctor's appointment. They were like, yeah, it's time to start teaching her private parts and inappropriate touching. And I'm like, yeah, she's 4.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
All right. And what gender? Toys don't have a gender.
Toys don't have a gender. I agree with that. Like, my son, he has 2 older sisters, so the majority of the toys are unicorns and princesses and stuff like that, right? We try to get some neutral toys because my girls love to play with other toys as well. Yeah. But just because my son picks up a doll and he's playing with it, my son doesn't know any better. And then a lot of times with my son, what I've noticed is he doesn't play with a lot of the girly toys anyway. You know, he plays with the cars and the balls and the dinosaurs
blocks,
and the blocks and stuff like that. So
I wouldn't buy though. Like if my son wanted a girly looking toy, in my opinion, I'm not buying him that girly. That's for girls.
And that's how I feel too. Like, nah, you're good. Come on, let's play with this racetrack or something like that.
So I would redirect them until, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, until he's a little bit older, I guess.
Yeah, because if you don't have that option with a girl and a boy, I'm not gonna be like, no, put that toy down. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with that. Like, that's crazy, right? But if I just have boys, you know, I'm not gonna be like, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's get a unicorn. No, let's not get a unicorn.
I'm definitely not slapping toys out my kid's hand. If the girls are playing with a boy toy, okay. If my son's playing with a girl toy, I'm not gonna be like, that's for girls. No, put it down. I'm definitely not gonna do that.
Yeah, but what's in my control to buy?
Yeah,
I'm buying boy toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and I think that was everything he said, right?
Yeah, that was everything.
Okay,
3 quick points.
Okay, this is Put a Finger Down, Unpopular Opinions about Food Edition. If you put more than 5 fingers down, your opinions about food are definitely different than most. Put a finger down if you believe that orange juice is superior to apple juice. Put a finger down if you think watermelon is overrated. Put a finger down if you prefer Pepsi over Coke. Put a finger down if you like mushrooms. Put a finger down if you believe avocados or guacamole is disgusting. Put a finger down if you prefer vanilla ice cream over chocolate ice cream. Put a finger down if you don't like Nutella and or think that peanut butter is better. Put a finger down if you enjoy drinking milk by itself. Put a finger down if you enjoy eating soggy cereal. Put a finger down if you don't like cake. Put a finger down if you think orange candies are the best flavor of candy. Put a finger down if you think dark chocolate is better than milk chocolate. And lastly, put a finger down if you like pickles.
Man, my whole hand. My whole hand is gone.
I still got 5 fingers.
You still got 5 fingers. So that was just for fun.
That was fun.
See, if you enjoy eating soggy cereal.
Who likes soggy cereal?
Pull my cereal. Let me wait. I got to give it 10 minutes. 10 minutes before I can bite.
You said orange juice is superior to apple juice?
You crazy.
I don't know. They tied for me. They both so good.
I told you I had that phase where all I was eating was I was drinking orange juice and eating peanuts. Like that was my diet.
I don't know. I've been tearing apple juices up at work lately.
That's funny.
I think they so good.
She said, "Well, if you like mushrooms, I do. I like them on pizza and on burgers. They're actually pretty good. They're not bad.
They slimy. Them things nasty. Oh, she said if you don't like cake, we both don't like cake.
We both don't like cake. She even said the ice cream. I almost put my finger, but vanilla is better than what she said, chocolate.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that. So
that was fun. So that was all unpopular opinions. What y'all think? Please leave a comment. What you think about those?
Hey, y'all let me. Yeah, those were really good. You guys let us know down in the comments with that last one. What you got? How many fingers you guys put down? And she kept going like. I only had 10 fingers, and she did like 12 of them. So she was trying to get them fingers down. But that is our episode. Thank you guys for joining us on Rightly So. Be sure to check out our other video that we just shot, and let us know what you guys think. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.